Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This video is about the changes to the Battle.net token system. Um, Obviously, as most people know who play WoW, about a year or so, maybe a little bit longer, you could start buying tokens in game for gold and start paying for your account. Ever since this has been implemented, since I have, while I'm not in the millions of gold or anything, while I have plenty of gold, so I've just been paying for my subscription with gold ever since then. So I really liked it. Now they've been saying that they're going to increase the effects of the Battle.net token. So this has finally been implemented now. So first I'm going to go through and kind of go through the facts on what the Battle.net token is, and then I'll kind of go through what I think about it. So just from the WoW page itself, kind of give you their little lore thing to it, I guess. The goblins of the Bilgewater Cartel have a golden opportunity for you, friend. Introducing a new way to use your WoW token. It's just as easy as ever, but now when you use gold to buy a WoW token from the auction house in certain regions, you can choose whether to convert it into 30 days of game time or Battle.net balance. You can use Battle.net balance to buy services like World of Warcraft character transfers, digital products like pets and mounts, and even purchase in-game items and other supported Blizzard games you play. Character changes, race changes. This is a great thing, is my first thought on that. So, buying a token is simple. You just buy it from the auction house and then you get it in the mail. So, so as always, you can buy the tokens for gold, or you can buy a token with money and then sell it for gold. Those are your options on that. The amount of gold that you sell WoW token for is depending on the market. Um, let's see, let's go through. I'm just kind of going through their facts so I don't miss anything that's important. Um, you can't resell a WoW token that you've purchased with gold. You can only sell it if you purchase it with real money. There's no change there. How long does it take to receive the token? Buy a WoW token for real money. Tokens don't expire and they're not able to be destroyed. There's nothing really that helpful in the fact it's not changing much as far as way tokens work. It's just changing the Battle.net balance thing. So now I'm going to go through and kind of give you the limitations on Battle.net balance, because there are limitations to this. It's not just for everything, but pretty much everything for WoW almost. So funds out of Battle.net balance are not refundable and cannot be converted into cash. Battle.net balance can only be used to buy designated Blizzard Entertainment products and services. So you can't get your $15 with gold and then transfer that to your PayPal account, for example. That money it's still not real money, but you can use it in place of real money, would be the best way to say it. Battle.net balance can only be purchased and used with your country's currency. That's not accurate anymore. Obviously, you're buying it with gold. Battle.net balance is non-transferable. However, the Battle.net shop allows you to purchase some items such as digital games and World of Warcraft game time as gifts you can share with others. So if you didn't know that, you can actually buy gifts for friends at the Battle.net shop. And that's a way you can buy someone game time because you can't trade it with token. They're soulbound. You can't use Battle.net balance to purchase items from the Blizzard Gear Store, in-game products for Hearthstone on mobile devices or World of Warcraft subscriptions, though you can buy game time in the Battle.net shop. If you're not using Battle.net Authenticator, you'll be limited to a specific balance. It does not say what that balance is, so if you aren't authenticated, you're only going to have a certain amount of balance. That's probably because people are going to try to be hacking these accounts now. Now that money is going to be on them and they can actually use that to buy things. Battle.net balance can't be combined with another payment method to make purchases, so you can't spend $15 of money you used with gold and then $10 of your real life money to do a transfer, for example. As with any payment method, local taxes may apply to purchases made with Battle.net balance, and so that's real money there. You cannot make partial payments with Battle.net balance. They already kind of said that. So the big thing I took out of the restrictions is it's not used for everything. So while there could be things that you could use on Diablo or StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm, etc., maybe even Overwatch, I'm not sure. Things like Hearthstone, you're not going to be able to use that balance to buy cards in Hearthstone, basically. So you can't farm gold to get better at Hearthstone, I guess, would be the easiest way to say that. So I'm going to kind of go over my thoughts on this. I actually put a video out when they first were talking about doing this, or when I first heard about it at least. I think it was a couple months after they first ever brought it up. Um, but in general, I like it. So what has happened so far? So when they announced that they were going to do this in this patch, the price of the tokens jumped significantly. From anywhere from 10 up to 30,000 gold. I mean, quite a precipitous jump in price. 75%, in some cases like 100% increase just from when this was being announced, because people were stocking up on them while they were cheap. So right now there's a lot of people that probably have a pretty good balance because they were stocking up on these things while they're cheap. Something I probably should have done but didn't. So now what you have, these people can now access mounts, character transfers. That's a big one for me, especially. If you watch all my other videos, it may come to a time where I need to transfer to a better server for Alliance, or I might need to transfer to Horde. So just to keep my, just to try to play at a higher level. So people are purchasing these at high amounts right now, and it has skyrocketed again. So it's been about, what, 66% on my server. I don't know if it's server to server or all overall, but it's been about a 66% increase, just like that, from this change. And so now it's, what the initial intention of it, of being able to buy game time, has become a lot harder. Farming the initially like 30k gold a month is actually really easy. You can do that from just follower missions without a problem. Even the 60k gold is really easy. You can do at least half of it, if not more, just from follower missions, without an issue. Now at 100k gold, you're getting to the point where you're going to have another source of gold. So you're going to have to do a little bit of work. Now, I do think that once the really elite players, and maybe not even elite, but the people who spend the most time on the game, have the most gold, once they buy everything that they want to buy and get the balance what they want to have, I think the price will drop down. That's my personal opinion on this. I think the market will react accordingly, as long as Blizzard has a fair system set up. I guess I don't know that they do, but I think it will drop back down, probably. So like recently it was about 60k. I think it'll drop back down to about that. And then whenever they release a new mount or pet you can buy, you'll see another skyrocket up. The only and when it, people will find when it's hitting its lows. So if the low is about 60k, as soon as it hits 60k, people are going to start buy them up, buy them, buy them, buy them, because now they're getting a quite a big discount. They're getting like a 40% discount basically on their balance for Battle.net. So you'll see it spike back up again. So you're going to see it, in my opinion, just with my minor economics knowledge, you're going to see it go back down, level off after a bunch of these have been bought up now. It'll go back down quite a bit, but once it does, once it starts going down quite a bit, it's going to take back off again. Now, again, that's going to make it harder for some people, and I don't like that. I think there's got to be, now that you can do this, I think there needs to be either more follower missions that reward gold, the amount of gold rewarded increase, just something to make the average player still be able to play with gold if they need to. I say that because the more, and Blizzard's realizing this, I think, and they realize it with Hearthstone, which is a free-to-play game, and you can be somewhat competitive even without buying everything. What they're realizing is what you need is a large player base. That is the most important thing. When you have enough players focused around your game, that is for the betterment of you. So it's better to have, however many million active subscribers, even if some of them are paying with gold, than it is to only have 1/5 of that and they're all paying with money. Because there's things like streaming, which grows the game, YouTube, of course, which grows the game, all kinds of notoriety. Telling your friends, come play, it doesn't cost money. This is a game you can play for free. It just, maybe you get it as a gift or something for Christmas, the actual game itself, and then you can just start. You don't have to pay a subscription for it. So you don't have to pay subscription like you do for Xbox or PlayStation. You just have to buy the initial game. And by Xbox and PlayStation, I mean to play online. So it's definitely a good thing to grow your player base. So I hope that they have some sort of plan to kind of go back and make, or just to make it more affordable for the average player. Because I know a lot of players that probably won't be able to afford it now. It's not going to affect me. I can farm 100K gold a month, no problem. Um, that's not even an issue. I mean, I probably do about 60 to 70K without even trying really. So now I just have to put up a few auctions here and there, maybe get a BUE and Nighthold, and I'll be fine for the month as far as gold goes. But yeah, so overall, I love it though. I love that now you can not only pay for your game, you can transfer characters, you can do everything you need to do, and you don't have to justify putting more money into the game. If you're like me and you've played since vanilla, you've put a lot of money into this game. I've transferred characters, I've done all kinds of things. I've put way too much money into this game, and that's why even though technically I have the money to do it, I can't justify myself wasting any more money into the game. So this is it's a great thing. I think it's smart on Blizzard from a business sense. I know that some other games have had issues with uh, converting in-game currency to like real life currency, but I mean, there is limits to it, and I like that it is cross-platform as well. I think this is a really great thing. Hopefully, it doesn't affect too many people in a negative way. And if so, me and other people, I'm sure, will have videos out on how to make gold, and we'll try to help those players out as best we can. Because I know, speaking as me, and I can probably speak for a lot of the bigger YouTube streamers in this as well, the more people who play the game, the better. So if you are someone who was relieved that you could start playing with gold and now you might not be able to afford it even with gold, don't worry. People will be putting out videos, and I probably will myself, on how to make gold the best way possible. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Battle.net balance. Thumbs up and sub as always. It helps me out a lot. And everyone have a good one.